The fall of Mother was a halfway mark of my journey. But a few things have changed since then. First, after beating the boss, I kept to the mountains for a bit to mine a few silver veins and bring some silver home, as well as to clear the caves I had previously left behind. One of those caves, however, was not like the others, containing what I considered to be a mini-boss, at least judging by its orange name, health, and damage output. But my running out, healing up, and coming back strategy proved to be impeccable against a guy who didn't have the luxury of hiding. Once I managed to beat him though, I got rewarded some Hilder's chest. Currently I have no idea who Hilder is or what do I do with this chest, so all I'm saying, I better get paid once I find out. Anyway, I also made some changes around the house. During the days, I've expanded my garden to adapt to the needs of my ever-growing boar population, as well as upgrading some of my storage chests to iron for better capacity. My nights, however, were spent in a mountain nearby. As wolves are tameable creatures, I was looking for a 2-star one who only occasionally spawns during the nighttime, and if not kept inside during the taming process, would simply despawn come morning. I've spent around 30 nights patrolling the mountain, and even though I had to pay the blood price for it, I did manage to bait one into the pen, until I was finally able to tame it, and even get him a partner later on. Which brings us to the present. Good morning, Valheim! I gotta say, it feels nice to finally wake up and not have any responsibilities on my hands. I did most of the work already, like expanding my portal room to add a few more portals, upgrade my garden to iron. I spent most of my iron doing this, so once again, unless I find some swamp on the way where I need to be, I might loot it, but I'm not gonna go out of my way doing that. I started breeding wolves. Some people build walls for the defense, I'm raising armies. Fight fire with fangs, I guess? Good enough for me. I closed off some of the cubs over here so most little rascals wouldn't run away. I did cut off most of the trees around here because I wanted to maintain some visibility to see the enemies coming, cause periodically I do get raided and currently my wolves are not yet in a position to deal with that. I figured that out during the last night when some trolls decided to show up. My wolves killed I think 2 of them, but they got badly injured in the process, so the last one that came after me I decided to kite him in this location. Listen, after all the work I did to get that 2-star wolf, I'm not losing it to some bum-ass troll. But I didn't go unscathed. I am very glad that I did install the iron bars over here, because as I was kiting the troll here, he aggroed on my boars, killing most of them, like absolute majority. I had like 10 boars, and currently my boars are in the process of recovering. Now I need my wolves to grow in population so I could place them all around my territory, so no unwelcome guests would come knocking. Anyway, I also made myself a Frostner, at least upgraded to level 4. I do have all of my food on me. I'm pretty sure I have everything I need to start traveling to Blades and see what's all that about, if that's changed in any way since the last time we played it. And I think that the good place to start is to go to the Elder, because there is a little bit of plains over here, and most importantly I'm not gonna have to drag my boat throughout all of this ocean. So yeah, let's go get the portal. I will also take my food. How is my comfort looking? Could be better, but I'm not gonna waste my time. Let's see what the plains have to offer. Alright, I am right at the Elder, so I think I need to head this way. Yep. That's a lot of forest missing since the last encounter I had with triple elders. I will still take the blueberries, why not? Here are the plains. and I'm instantly greeted with a spear to my face. You should have brought a mace. Black metal scrap and cloudberries. Medium stamina, I will need that. And some new banners, I don't care that much about them. Maybe for decorations I could use them, but it's not very important. Locks. Oh. I didn't think they were aggressive. I'm not in a good position to fight them. One of them I might try to take, but two of them, not yet. I am geared up, but I don't want to lose my skill points just yet. Fuck. And here goes half of my health. Just to kill a mosquito, I guess. Cool. Can I block him? I can. Okay, I dealt 0 damage to it. That's not gonna work. Fuck me. Another mosquito. Yep, planes are not very welcoming. Let's reassess the situation. The small guy has to go first. Alright. Let's go with the insecure route, I guess. I need my bow to finish him off. Yeah, if I would have stamina, that would be great. Okay, he's dead. Nice. A cape, a belt, a rug, and some meat. We'll need to check out that cape at some point, but currently I have to say it's not a great start. I burned through 2 of my potions. To be fair, I didn't think they were aggressive. Let's make a porcupine out of this one. Actually, I do have stamina. Let's see if sword deals more than a mace. It seems like it does. It felt like mace barely did any damage to this one. My introduction to this biome provided a few intense moments. But other than that, I gotta say it was rather boring. You know that things are rough when you spend most of your time theory crafting about fishing. Stingy fishing bait. I am getting a lot of different fishing baits lately, and I have no idea what they are used for. Am I able to catch different fish with it? I wonder if there are any specific locations to do that though. Or can I just fish in meadows near my house and different kind of fish are gonna come up? It's weird, because technically I would understand that if I get some special fishing bait in a swamp, I should fish in a swamp. The problem is I found a different fishing bait in the mountains, and mountains have no water. I managed to find a deep cavern within the cave, but there was only frozen lake at the bottom and I couldn't fish there. Ironically, I did find a fishing pole in there for some reason. I tried to fish, tried to shatter the ice, nothing was happening, so I just called it quits. But I should probably try to look into it a little bit more. At that point, I knew I needed to try my luck somewhere else. And with the only other planes that I had a portal access to, being around the mountains of Mordor, I dropped off the metal I found near the Elder and headed there for an inspection. Well, the boss fighting room has changed since the last time I've been here. Turns out there were 2 silver veins around, so I excavated the living shit out of it. Good thing that I don't have to fight it anymore, because it would be a troublesome not to fall into one of these pits. Anyway, I need to find a way down. Well, safest path would be to go the way I came, but I'm feeling a little bit adventurous. So I picked a side and started ascending down a mountain. However, the plains I found there were just as barren as the ones I cleared previously. I did manage to get my hands on some metal, but it didn't even scratch the surface of what I would still need for the progression. With all of my easily accessible options for plains now exhausted, I knew I needed to pick up my boat and find a new place to farm. So one shining light in my travel was the decision I made to go on foot back to the Elder's portal. As on my way, I spotted what I was looking for: a goblin settlement. So far, I only unlocked some of the resources the new biome had to offer, and whatever I was still missing, I was almost certain I would find there. But with my inventory being full, I stuck to my plan before returning there on a boat. Here we go. And I see a Hulk in the distance. So maybe let's try to aggro it out here. Oh, shit. Oh my god. Okay, he hits hard, but I just demolished the dude. Another Hulk? What, did he respawn, or there were two of them to begin with? Oh my god, how many of them are coming over? I wanted to keep it discreet, but I guess that ain't happening. Oh, okay. I will take some fine wood. Oh, I'm not there, my guy. Block? I'm professional at this shit. I'm getting overrun. Shit. No. Am I dead? Looks like I'm dead. Okay, maybe I can hide here for a little bit. I can hit him. Well, I can bow him maybe. Nice. One is down. I missed that guy. Okay. I'm recovering some health. It was a little bit tight. Why are you running away now? Oh shit. Okay, I need to de-aggro at this point. This isn't fun. Both spears hit hard. Like, of course I would like to have a spear that just randomly respawns in my hand. Yeah, that would be cool, but no, if I have a spear, I have to throw it and then spend 30 fucking minutes trying to find it. These guys are just playing life on easy mode. That's fucking fair. Sure. After taking a beating, I just spent some time releasing the stress on unsuspecting creatures around the area. Things really tend to get much smoother with evenish numbers. And in no time, I was back in the camp, which at this point was nothing but smooth sailing. Skimming through a camp given me access to a few new resources: flax and barley. However, I still felt lacking in the metal department. Being familiar with the amount of resources I needed previously, it would have been simply stupid to return with not even a half-full boat. And with current landmass already scoured, it was time for Jesus to take the wheel and sail me to somewhere better. And boy did he deliver. At first, it didn't look like much, as the island nearby was covered in meadows. But there was a new icon on the map, which caught my attention. Turns out, it was the one I was looking for: Hilder. The same NPC whose silver chest I found at the start of the episode. For time being though, I just bought out all the cosmetic items Hilder had to offer, like barber kit and a dress. Yes, I still have to maintain that Miss Valheim rep. And even though I was curious about what I would get for the chest, it wasn't portable. Meaning that I would have to sail all the way home to pick it up, and sail back to the Hilder to deliver. That seemed like a miserable waste of time, at the very least until I got something worthy of bringing back home. So I continued sailing by the coast, and looking for more plains, I quickly looted a swamp for some iron, and stooped into what I called a virgin island, since the only things I found there were a couple of totems required to summon the boss, and about 7 insecurity wizards who tried to protect it with their lives. They failed. Eventually though, I did find plains so vast that it contained enough goblin villages to fill my boat to the brim, a location for the next boss fight, and given me access to a new resource, tar, discovery of which unlocked some of new building recipes. I killed some blobs here and there for it, but eventually I had to ask God if this was the only way to obtain it, as with my home being rather extravagant, I would have to potentially kill hundreds of them just to upgrade the roof. To my surprise, tar pits needed to be drained. Truth be told, in no world I would have figured it out myself. But I will breeze through this process because my next few hours were spent doing this. Yeah, the game do be that way sometimes, but it's almost therapeutic. Either that or I'm still high on copium. Anyway, eventually I did manage to get home, and with so many resources at hand, it was time to put them to use. Home sweet home. Glad to be back. I spent a lot of time in the plains and managed to bring back a decent haul. Maybe it's a wishful thinking, but I hope that what I have in terms of metal is gonna be enough for me to at least make and upgrade my armor set and a weapon. I still have no idea what kind of weapon I will be going for, we'll figure that out later. And I'm pretty sure that with black metal I will be able to make new tools as well. The tools can essentially wait, they're not the priority. Weapons are, so that I could... Hello there, you alright? Well, I will keep you to your business. The tools can wait, because I did most of the mining, at least I hope. And in plains I don't really need to mine a lot, I just need to raid goblin villages. Also, I was able to bring back a decent chunk of barley and flax, which I will need to plant in the plains, so I'm thinking I will go towards the Elder area to plant them on this patch of plains. I invested a lot of time building this house, and for a simple farm somewhere far away, I think I will just take a patch of land and plant some stuff in there. Not gonna be anything amazing. I have things to do. Now, during my absence, my wolf pack has grown to be entire wolf army. I even started naming them after the NATO alphabet, because why not? Look at them all. And we go all the way around this side. What, you found some victim to devour? Why are you alert? Anybody that comes even close gets brutalized. And that's exactly why I have grown them. My first line of defense. Also, my industrial zone has changed quite a bit. I did install these furnaces to smelt black metal, so I'm gonna be cooking quite a lot now. I also placed these windmills. I think they're processing flour, so that's gonna be a food item for better quality food, I guess. We'll figure that out as well. And I also placed some spinning wheels and an artisan table. Now I'm only able to make wooden missiles here, and I have no idea what they're used for, but well, I guess we'll figure out later if that's anything useful or not. So all in all, I made some decent progress, and now I will have to do all the boring work, all the smelting, building farms and such, so we'll see when the materials are ready. From that point forward, I got into the busy work, running around from one corner to the other like a crazy person. From smelting the metal to building a farm, to smelting metal, to planting, to decorating the house, to smelting metal, to harvesting, to expanding the kitchen. But in few hours' time, I was finally ready for what was to come. Or at least, that's what I thought. And I'm back. Armed and ready, with a completely new armor set, new weapons, which I've spent long days crafting and making, as it's nearly day 300 now, I think, and I spent a long time smelting all the metal that I have brought back, but that's not just it. As you can see, there are quite a few changes around the area, so I did do a lot of boring work to get it out of the way. So first of all, I was worried that the black metal I had wouldn't be enough to make a new armor set and everything I wanted. Turns out I couldn't have been more wrong, because for some reason my new armor set didn't require any black metal to craft, only iron. You know, the very same resource that I have struggled to find throughout the entire game. Every single swamp I have gone to was looted completely bare and still wasn't enough for the cosmetic items and odd kitchen accessories and stuff to make. Yeah, turns out I needed a whole lot of it, and I brought back hundreds to make that armor set and completely upgrade it. The only place where I could expect to find any iron, to my knowledge, was this bone mass location. At the time, everything else was covered. So I didn't know how big the swamp was. I just sent a Hail Mary here to figure out if there's anything worth my time. And boy did I hit a jackpot in here, so many crypts. I brought back almost a full boat of iron, and I still have a few crypts here and there left unsearched, just in case I need something in the future, but I really hope I won't, because I have so much iron it's making me sick. It's like 2 rows of the black metal chest worth of iron. But other than that, I also made myself a black metal sword, a black metal shield, also completely upgraded, and I had a lot more black metal to spare. I thought about making myself another metal, like a pole arm, but it costs 30 metal just to make. I assumed it would cost around 120 metal to completely upgrade it, and since I also made myself an axe, which I'm not currently carrying, I just leave it on the side of the house for whenever I'm chopping wood, because that's realistically the only time I'm using my axe for. And if I'm just traveling with an axe, it's just a waste of a single slot in my inventory, so it's just inconvenient. And instead of making Adgear, I decided to place these black metal chests with all the storage capacity that we have. I think it's a good investment for the rest of the game, because I have so much storage now that a lot of my boxes currently are empty. So I'm probably never, hopefully never, gonna have to worry about the storage again. I also spent some time installing these darkwood gates, because I replaced the entire roof of my house. No longer a straw house. Let me get a better shot somewhere. Here, look at how clean and menacing it looks. I turned my straw house into a castle black, of all things. Now this is looking amazing. I'm still astonished at how good this looks. I also installed these bars or ornaments. It also adds a little bit of aesthetic. I like it, especially in the front. Looks pretty good, but other than that, there weren't all that many other changes. I had a lot of time to make these changes, because this armor set also required a bunch of linen thread, for which I had to wait until a few harvests of flax at least has grown in my scuffed farm in the plains. And I also got a bunch of barley running through the windmills, which also took time to make the next tier food and essentially upgrade my kitchen. So now we're cooking with oven, as you can see, and that oven provided me with a couple of next tier dishes, like blood pudding that gives a lot of stamina, and fish wraps as well as lox meat pie that are covering my health. So now my kitchen looks on par with Gordon Ramsay standards, although he would probably still give me flack for the spices being too close to the fire causing a hazard, but whatever. I am still the best cook around the area. I mean, the bar is not that high when the only other cooking that's going on is Crack is heating up their pipes, so... Now, I pretty much did everything I wanted to do. All the boring work is out of the way now, and I'm pretty sure I am ready to go and meet the boss of the plains. I got a lot of poison arrows from the swamp that I looted, and since my secondary weapon currently is a bow, in case I need it, if I am not using those poison arrows now, when am I going to ever use them? They're just gonna be collecting dust in my storage, I guess. So I decided to give them a shot in case I need it. I got my health and stamina potions as well as barley wine for fire resistance. I don't know, the poison resistance in the swamp worked really well. I was really amazed at how that turned out. It pretty much negated all of the poison damage. Now, I haven't encountered much of a fire damage, but if there isn't any in the game, then what's the point of a barley wine anyway? So I brought it because I expect that the developers put this item in the game for a reason. So, better safe than sorry, I guess. Also, the rest of the items I have in the boat, I do have enough materials to make 2 portals because the boss of the plains, Yaglut, is gonna be on the edge of the world pretty much. I will have to sail very far away to reach it, navigate all of this unknown terrain, and since I'm going here anyway, I decided to pay a visit to Hildur, the trader, because I still have her silver chest around here, which cannot be teleported, so if I'm gonna have to manually bring it, might as well bring it on the way to the boss. At least I have a direction to go somewhere, you know? Now, I expect some kind of decent reward for it, because to kill that mini-boss was a pretty difficult task. I mean, it should be, except that I cheesed it like a motherfucker, you know what I mean? Running in and out, healing myself up. But I really don't know what kind of reward it's gonna be, since it's still mountain tier loot, I suppose, when I'm already geared up for the endgame of Plains. So I'm not sure, is it gonna be just resources, which I don't really need? Is it gonna be some kind of interesting weapon, which my weapons would probably be stronger? I hope that it's something that I don't even know that I want. Otherwise, it would feel rather underwhelming, I guess, but it's not like I've gone through a lot of effort to get it, so whatever. At least I will satisfy my curiosity. Anyway, a long trip ahead. Guess I'm gonna just meet you at Hildur then. Here I am. Let's jump out real quick. Oh, nice parking by the way. Now I'm gonna have to push my boat, I suppose. I need half of my wood, half of everything. Okay, start with a workbench. And a portal somewhere here is fine enough. Its name is Hildur. Everything is working good. Although I am gonna need this workbench in the future, so I'm gonna pack this one up. And let's see what kind of reward do I get. Hildur. Give item. That one must have been a challenge. What the hell is this? Oh, did she get new wares? Oh my! She did. So many pretty dresses. Oh. All of that stuff I can port, so no reason to delay. Bye-bye. So far, I was in a pretty good mood. And with my mind already on the upcoming boss encounter, I didn't even notice the obvious scam that was being ran here. Cause I beaten up an angry cave dweller for a chest, which I had to drag across half of a world on my back to Hildur. And my reward was a privilege to spend my money on the stuff I just brought back. Not even a free sample. In fact, remember when I was leaving home thinking, oh, maybe I would get some cool weapon or some resources or maybe something I didn't even knew I wanted. Yeah, how about an aching back and a big fat L, eh? But even that probably wouldn't have grabbed my attention if not for it being the first step to the downward spiral I just got myself into. First, I hit the door bad with my boat on my way out, right before entering a place I haven't even been in. Mistlands. Clenching my cheeks that there isn't some dangerous creature inside to finish off my boat, which there wasn't, so that was fine, but long travels have numbed my mind, and once I finally arrived to my destination, I forgot to eat my food and got stung to death by mosquitoes. And I'm almost dead, and I'm dead. Oh fuck me, now I have to somehow come back as I didn't place the portal. I'm not gonna say anything, I'm not even gonna get fat. I just won't. It's okay. I'm just gonna lie to myself until I start believing it. Which meant, now I had to make a new boat and make a long trip once again. Thankfully though, I had enough brain cells working overtime at that point to come up with the idea to drop a new boat near Hildred, to cut the journey time in half. But that wasn't all of my problems still. Once I made it back, I learned from my mistakes and dealt with the situation, and finally was ready to face the boss of the plains. Except, it wasn't there! Hooray! Well, I guess my boat location is already marked, so that's convenient. Let's try to get the portal closer to the boss, though. Where is the boss? Is it there? Is it here on the icon? It should be here, no? Huh. Okay, well, there is absolutely nothing in here. I guess I move into the forest, even though nothing is resembling altar to summon the boss? The boss is supposed to be here, it's not. Huh? Is it in a rock or something? That doesn't look like anything. There is nothing. Absolutely nothing. Is it underground somewhere? Like, what is this generation? So this doesn't work? Do I need to go on an exploration somewhere? Oh my god. I guess I will have to go blindly explore then, looking for another boss location. Oh, Mr. Shaman. These pieces of shits with a spear are the only dangerous creatures around the area. Come with your shield, come on, man. You think that's gonna save you? Nope, it did not. Bruh, I'm scammed. Completely scammed. Came all the way here, expecting to not only find, but fight the boss as well, all ready and prepared. I died in here, came back again, and there's nothing. Jesus Christ. Come on. What am I supposed to do with this? Huh? Am I... like... part of me wants to believe that I'm just blind and I don't see stuff. So maybe I should just place a portal just in case? But bruh, really, there was nothing. Fuck it, I will trust my eyes. I ran some circles around until I decided it was a waste of time and I had to go back to the drawing board. Since the rune that unveiled boss location was found around here, I made an educated guess that even if I would find another rune in the vicinity, it would only direct me back to this location. So I decided to look for another Yaglut location on another side of the world, where I am yet to step a foot in. Again, I have traveled for long hours across the ocean, hopping from plains to plains, searching for a clue, and most of it came back fruitless. Over time, I grew more and more exhausted, more and more unattentive, which led to a few more consecutive deaths, and I even managed to find another trader, in the swamp. But at that point, I couldn't be asked to care about it. I just dropped a portal nearby for future return, but I had to continue my journey. I gone on for some more time, until I found what I was looking for. Luckily, this rune has shown me a different location, which was expected, but yet again directed me to the other side of the world, completely opposite of the previous location. I was really desperate at this point, and luckily this time I found exactly what I was looking for. Here we go, that's more like it. Hell yeah. Okay, that wasn't hell yeah, but at least I have the boss's location now. So I can repair my boat, I can put down the portal. Yeah, glued. Should be connected. Quickly after arrival, I took an opportunity to head back home. To eat some better food, let me puke a little. Taste the rainbow. Alright, I just had my food now, waiting for my health to recover, and I gone to bed to refresh my comfort. Okay, finally I am ready. The nighttime was falling, so I decided to sleep it off because night creatures would come out and start messing up with my fight. I've suffered more than enough. Not interested in taking unfair fights anymore or risking something. It's time to make Yagluth pay for everything I have endured so far. While I was home, I also made some needle arrows. These are a little bit better than obsidian arrows, so in case I need to fight with arrows, at least I will have some more damage. So being ready and prepared, it was time for a boss fight. Well, let's see how it goes. Oh, okay. I don't think it used to do that. I'm doing very little damage and I am on fire. Okay. And fire does a lot of damage. I'm glad that I picked up this potion. So I cannot touch these, right? Well, I definitely should not touch those. Okay, this is tough. That's the AoE damage and the fire. So how do I get close to him even? Okay, dude. Everything is on fire here. Okay, it doesn't hurt as much. So I might stand in the fire. One of the times when it's actually a decent option. Give me your beard. I need to keep an eye on my fire resistance potion so it doesn't run out, because I'm gonna be in a pretty steamy situation. Hi there. I'm back. Okay, so I just need to dance around it. It's not that difficult. Just hit him in the beard. Come here, crawly boy. Does this do any damage? 10. That's poison arrow. He's not taking poison damage? At all? That was kinda cool, not gonna lie. Okay, this move is perfect. Now I need to run. Give me my health back. Close call. Slicing time. Here we go. Okay, I'm out of stamina. I hear a goblin. Need to get rid of those. They're gonna screw me over, aren't they? Welcome here, dipshit. Okay, it's my time to shine. Okay, I need to run. I died, of course. I fucked it all up. Well, that's inexcusable. Let's see. I will need to pick up my stuff. I should consume some food, I guess. Yeah, I need my health to recover, and I think I'm gonna just run back naked and pick up my corpse, hopefully. Actually, maybe I should pick up this armor set instead. Just to be safe, because boss doesn't have much health left, so I should be able to deal with it. Let's take some barley wine as well. The rest I should be able to recover from my body anyway. I don't know what to say much about it. I got clumsy, I died. I don't know where my corpse is at. Can I recover it safely? I need to use my fire resist potion. The boss is dangerously close. Okay, I see my body. Let's recover that first, and then I'm gonna deal with the boss. Yeah, I was too focused on the goblin to actually pay attention to boss's abilities. Let's finish the job. He's taking a lot of damage now. Oh my god. Yes, please, please stand. Just stand there. That's meteors, right? Actually, I would have been fine. I should have brought more stamina food maybe at first. Because now I have different food than me, I think. Yeah, I have bread. Bread gives stamina rather than health. And here he goes down. About time, finally. Haha. No room in inventory. Well, I don't need all of that stone, and I'm not teleporting the black metal. Thorn Spirit, Wisp Fountain, and Yaglut Trophy. Fair enough. We'll see what that's all about. I guess I should head back and place that trophy on a rock now. Boss did quite some damage to the structures around it. All those meteors rocking down. But I don't really need to come back here, so who cares? Who cares, honestly? Oh, I still have a boar around. Okay. And the Cracky, of course. Later, bitch. Well, the death was pretty embarrassing, I got to say, but honestly, I'm just glad that I'm done with the fight. Because I've spent hours upon hours just exploring the map, looking where is that boss location and stuff, so yeah, I had to scout all of this territory all around. And I don't know how much I will show. I died multiple times, like 5 times around the plains, and my boat was getting stuck in the shallows. I had to push it constantly, so a lot of minuscule things, but everything eventually adds up. So yeah, wasn't happy about that bug essentially, is what I'm trying to say. It's pretty obvious that Yaglut's trophy is going here. I'm curious about what kind of power it's gonna give me. So let's sacrifice it. Wait, what? Why cannot I sacrifice it? Huh? Oh. Okay. Not sure what this does, I'm gonna have to study it further. But other than that... yeah, the trophy collection is filling up nicely, I have to say. Only 2 spots left, 2 more bosses in 2 different zones that I have never been into, so... that's gonna be curious how that's gonna work out. Hopefully better than the bugged plains, I will tell you that much. But enough of a rant about that, I'm just gonna pick it up where the story continues next. So thank you for watching, one love, I'm out.